Time now for Firearms Friday with Glen Fleming from Acadiana Gunworks joining us in studio this morning. Well, good morning.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm peachy.
It is Friday.
It is Friday.
Ooh, thank goodness.
That just means I got to go to work
I
today
know.
and tomorrow.
I know.
Sunday and Monday.
I know, right?
But, it's fun. It's a fun job.
That's right.
It's all good.
Your job is fun.
Yep.
Rob is in the corner. He's dying right now. You okay, buddy?
I thought he did something bad when he went to the corner.
Like, he puts me in timeout from time to time again.
All right,
this time it was just for a cough that wasn't good for radio. So
that's right.
Thanks for bringing attention to it.
I'm glad you're okay. Let's talk a little bit about safety issues.
Yes.
We always start out with that.
Yep.
Want to talk about a robbery in Humboldt, Texas. Tell us more.
Yeah, basically this time my safety tip is more of a common sense thing.
Okay.
This guy in Humboldt, Texas, actually, concealed carrier, saw his friend's joint getting robbed. Mm-hmm. So, of course, he does what anybody else would do. He breaks out his gun and starts blasting away at the robber.
Oh.
Which, of course, is a bad thing, and it's amplified because he did it across 4 lanes of traffic.
Wow.
So, here's the deal. Now, Texas has that where you can shoot at people for property and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But common sense. Don't shoot across 4 lanes of traffic. If you're a concealed carry guy, you got to use some smarts if you have to pull that gun.
Yeah.
One, in Louisiana, you can't just blast away at somebody for stealing property. It's only in protection of a life, limb, yourself, your others,
sure.
stuff like that. So you really got to be responsible. You can't just have a gun and go willy-nilly. Oh, yeah, you're doing wrong. I'm going to blast you, varmint.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's bad.
You really have to pay attention and understand what scenario is really happening in front of you.
It's a big responsibility, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you pull that gun, you're intending to take a life.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something to be taken lightly.
Right. Even in, it's passed in the House now, it's heading on to the Senate, a piece of legislation by Valerie Hodges, basically that would forego for 45 days the needed training for a woman to get a concealed carry who is in a domestic violence situation.
Yeah, I heard that little news snippet on your news snippets. And they say one thing, that one problem is they have to wait up to 8 weeks to get a class.
That's how long it can take.
That's not true. You can come into our shop.
Really?
Get one.
So Chris is there at your shop, and he will help these ladies.
Yeah, if you are in need, we will make a special class just for you. We will get this done.
I love that.
The other thing, as far as kids being able to pick up the gun, she's absolutely right. If you're irresponsible with the gun, bad things can happen.
Absolutely.
So while I support the idea of domestic victims or domestic abuse victims being able to conceal carry and expediting the process, I completely understand how there has to be at least a little bit of training and a lot of responsibility that goes along with owning a gun.
Now, ladies, with this bill, they're hoping to expedite it through the process, basically, so you can go ahead and get your concealed carry right away without having to take the training course. And then Valerie Hodges, Representative Hodges, saying they're going to also, sometimes it can take those 8 weeks because it has to go through the background check with Louisiana State Police.
Now, that's true. There is a little lag between the time you finish your class and the state police signing off.
Yeah.
But I haven't found it to be 8 weeks.
Well, and thankfully...
It could be, though.
Yeah, and thankfully, you guys at Acadiana Gunworks, you're going to be willing to help. So, ladies, please know that Acadiana Gunworks, you contact them, go in there, call them, and they're going to find a way to
we'll make it happen. Yeah. Oh, and while we're on this subject, I was going to bring this up anyway. Yeah. I wanted to remind people that we are doing the Eddie Eagle program, gun safety program at Acadiana Gunworks. And this is for kids pre-K through 4th grade. This basically... If your kid goes through this and listens and learns, which we hope we can impart that on them, and you have the concealed carry gun and you leave it out, your kid won't mess with it. Yeah,
your kid's going to know. Stay away.
Yeah, that's the hope. At no point during this training will they pick up a gun or anything like that, or will they get instruction on pick up a gun and save it up. No, that's not how it works. It's leave the gun alone, go run away, tell an adult. And, of course, we teach it in a more kid-friendly manner.
Sure, yeah. And a mom or a dad must attend with the child, right?
Adult has to be present.
Okay,
we're not babysitters.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and, it's good for them to know what is part of, the training. Yeah,
we encourage the parents to be active on this, because, or proactive, I guess would be the word, because, I think you got a kid, you need to be active part of a kid's life, and anything you're teaching a kid, you should have firsthand knowledge of.
Absolutely. All right, so they can call and find out more information on it, and it's a real low fee also for the class.
Yeah, it's only like $10, and it's just for basically the materials and stuff like that.
Just to cover the materials. All right, so telephone number is 337-706
8638.
8638. Yeah. Okay, so guys, just remember that out there. All right, we have to take a quick break. We're going to continue. We're going to continue on with Firearms Friday with Glen Fleming from Acadiana Gun Works. You can ask questions 232-1542, 232-1542.
Bernie, one of these days I'm going to learn to stop talking about people whenever they're in earshot, because I did that earlier this week, and I had to do a swift cover up.
Oh. It wasn't about me, was it?
No, it wasn't about you, Glenn.
Okay, cool.
No, he'd just tell you right to your face.
Yeah, I probably would just say it to your face. Good Friday morning. Welcome back. We continue with Firearms Friday with Glen Fleming.
All right, and if you do have a question, you can call 232-1542. Yep. Okay, I love how you said this about the price of guns and different things and how, if it's a rare piece or whatever, what the cost can be. So what's it really like out there?
Well, y'all were talking about... guns are they're just like classic cars or spoons or whatever. If they're owned by a notorious criminal or something like that or have provenance, then they'll be worth more, of course. Yeah. Just the George Zimmerman gun, a lot of people disagree with him, with what he did with him selling the gun.
Right.
But, I guarantee there's going to be a market for that gun. Somebody will buy it.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think someone will pay for it? And will they pay a high price, do you think?
Yeah, I think... If the auction, it's on another auction site, but if the auction goes through without, trolling or whatever, I think it'll fetch a lot of money. Probably 10, 20,000, I'd bet.
Wow.
There's a lot of people who like that kind of, they're morbid guys. They go search, it used to be ogreish on the internet or whatever. They collect, I don't know, war pictures or something like that.
Yeah, some people are just kind of into that kind of thing.
Some people collect, suicide guns. I don't know why. It's not my thing, but that's what they do,
Wow.
But on a happier note about this, there was
Wait a second. Is that a thing? Suicide guns?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People collect them? There's a market?
Yes, most definitely.
All right.
Isn't that wild?
I'm going back to work now.
Yeah. But on a happier note, Rock Island Auction Company actually sold a Winchester 1886 rifle, and it sold for a new high for guns, by the way, $1.26 million.
Whoa, man.
And the thing that made this particular gun cool, because they're worth a lot of money, but they're not normally worth that.
I was going to say, that seems like an awful lot of money.
Well, this gun was presented to the man who captured Apache leader Geronimo.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it has a lot of provenance.
Yeah, it does.
It has a lot of fame attached to it. Yeah. Now, if you had Geronimo's actual gun, it would fetch more, but I don't know that it's actually out there papered,
Right.
But
that's what I was going to ask you. Like, should you go look in your attic, things like that?
Well, I mean, you probably have, let me put it like this. You may have a gun that was, I don't know, Adolf Hitler's that your grandfather brought back from World War II.
Right.
But unless there's paperwork signed and dated with pictures of Hitler holding it, it doesn't do any good. It's just a cool story on a gun. It really doesn't increase the value. Now, if you have it papered, then you're golden. I mean, we actually, at my house, we actually have Pancho Villa's sword. It was given to my great-grandfather for him letting him drink some water, but we don't have anything but the story with it. We don't have anything to prove that it was his.
It's amazing.
So it's just a cool story.
Right, your family tradition.
We're not getting rid of it, of course,
right.
But I mean, it's
That's
just
still
a cool
fascinating.
thing to have. Yeah.
My gosh. So, folks, think about that in terms of, maybe get proof while that family member is kind of still with you for the...
Well, I mean... We did, but all they can do, the family member can say, yeah, it's Pancho Villa's sword.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, unless Pancho Villa has a picture of it holding the sword or something like that, a note from Pancho Villa, here you go, here's
Thanks
my
for
sword.
The water kind of thing.
Yeah, then it's still just a cool story. And I don't know how they make these things. There's a word for them. How they make these things reliably that they're true. I don't know how they do that, but they do somehow.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
I know you do not care for her. Let's talk a little bit about a quote.
She'd be an okay cook in jail, I suppose.
Okay.
Oh no.
All righty.
Oh, too far.
Let's talk about her quote.
Yes. Well, if you're planning to vote for Hillary and you're a gun owner, you should know this. This is a quote by her. I really support everything President Obama said he would do through regulation on guns, but we're going to start the very first day and tackle the gun lobby to try to reduce the outrageous number of people who are dying from gun violence in our country. In other words, what she wants to do is basically ban guns. She wants to have a great many executive actions against guns.
So, all right. There you go. There's Glen's thought on that.
Well, it's not my thought. It's her
Well, that's
quote.
True. It's her quote, right? So, all right. Tell me about, I love when you write the term complete idiots. Yes. Tell me about the Brady campaign and why you're, just looking at this and scratching your head.
The Brady campaign, of course, is this big anti-gun thing, and it's started by Jim Brady's wife. Jim Brady, of course, got shot when Reagan got shot. But anyway, the Brady campaign often takes kind of liberties when they talk about stuff. And in this case, they produced a video that basically is, it's titled Plan Your Perfect Getaway. And it features two quote-unquote criminals promoting a website called Crime Advisor to find out which states have the most criminal-friendly gun laws for their next excursion.
Wow.
The thing is, what they're saying is that criminals will research gun laws to find out which gun laws are more friendly, so they don't break laws.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, they're criminals. They break laws. They don't care about gun laws.
They don't care. They have no regard for it. That's why they're criminals.
That's why they're criminals. Exactly. So, the Brady campaign is just doing what they think is right in order to pass their little agenda. I, of course, think it's completely wrong, but bonus for them for trying, I guess. I don't know.
All right, before we get out of here, I want to talk about the Friends of the NRA banquet.
It's on June 16th, and there's actually going to be a bunch of auctions and giveaways and all kinds of cool stuff.
Cool, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be it's a really good time. It really is. A bunch of like-minded people, friends, family.
Sure.
But anyway, you can find out more information on that at Acadiana Gunworks. You just come in and ask me about it, and I'll hook you up.
Okay, and then so we can buy our ticket if we want from the shop.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I can hook you up with tickets and stuff. Okay. That's no problem.
Excellent.
And lastly, I'd like to bring this up because the Appleseed events, which is a great way for new shooters to get into the shooting sport.
Okay.
That's going to be held at the Eunice Range off Highway 95 North. Near Eunice. This weekend from 8:30 to 4 o'clock. Military
I knew what that was.
It's from 8:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock. And you don't have to shoot. You can go there and just speak to the instructors, and they'll, give you some history on the American Revolution, America's history in general. And they're all trained on it. And if you want to shoot a gun, they'll have some that you can actually, borrow. Not rent, you just borrow. Say, hey man, I've never shot a gun.
I want to try this. Yeah.
They'll have a little 10-22 that you can go ahead and shoot, a little hole in paper, and you go, ooh, I shot a gun.
What a great event!
Yeah,
so this is
a really
tomorrow
cool thing.
And Sunday.
Yeah, it's tomorrow and Sunday in Eunice at the Eunice Range.
Wow, that's cool.
And you can find out more information on that by going to appleseedinfo.org on the World Wide Web.
Lovely, on the www.
Yes.
Now, before we let you go, because Jamie is listening, where do we find Glen Fleming and all the cool people at Acadiana Gunworks?
Well, I'm here. Jamie's at home. Henry's at home. Now, you can come by Acadiana Gunworks at 119 Abigail Row in Scott. That's in Louisiana, of course. Or you can call us at 337-706-8638. Or you can look us up on Facebook. Or you can go to the internet. Pretty much we're everywhere. We're kind of stalking you.
I love that.
But
I love it.
That's our job.
That's right.
Glen Fleming,
thank you.
Joins us every Friday for Firearms Friday, and usually he gets here a little bit early so he can jump in on some other action.
Which is fun.
I like to talk.
Which is really cool.
That's why the two of y'all get along so well.
Yeah. All right, Bernie has news, weather, and traffic coming up just a minute away.